Hello, my lovelies. This is Joy, and I am starting a video blog about my journey with my cancer diagnosis and other diagnoses that happened this year. And I wanted to do this to so that other women that are experiencing the same thing will have something to fall back on. Hopefully, maybe I can offer some advice that would help. I'd like to do interviews with people in the know, in the healthcare industry, or in the periphery. And so I'm just intending that this video or these videos be helpful to women that are afraid of a diagnosis. So I first wanted to talk about my story. Right now it's December 2021. And in June of this year, I woke up one day, and by the way, I'm in my late 50s. So I woke up one day and my fingers, both of my hands, were into claws. Now they weren't this bad, but they were claws, and they were very stiff. I couldn't move them very well, and I was astonished. I couldn't believe it. So I went in to see the doctor. He was a physician's assistant. He didn't know what it was, so he tried to send me to a rheumatologist, and that's where I found out that in this area of the country, out in the West, there are just not many rheumatologists to be had. Plus, with COVID, the problem was that the doctors were very behind in seeing patients, and I just couldn't get in anywhere. I could not see a rheumatologist. And so in July, my fingers started to experience what I would call lightning. It felt like lightning or electricity in my fingers, like hitting the joints, and very painful. So I wasn't taking any meds except for ibuprofen or something like that, because as I say, the doctor didn't know who to send me to help. So while that was happening, he did send me to a physical therapist. The physical therapist saw me about 4 or 5 times, and then finally said, I can't help you. Your fingers are not getting better, they're getting worse, and I don't know why there's so much pain. He said, you obviously have a problem that I can't address. So I no longer was going to a physical therapist. And then, let's see, I guess it was in August that my doctor, the physical assistant, finally sent me to another physical assistant who dealt with rheumatoid patients, but he wasn't actually a doctor, but at least it was somebody that was in that arena. So he met with me, and he was astonished at how bent my fingers were. I wasn't able to do anything with these hands, barely anything. I could barely even open doors or anything. So he thought it was some type of autoimmune disease in my hands. So he finally sent me to a dermatologist, and a dermatologist, as well as a rheumatologist, would be able to determine if this was the autoimmune disease scleroderma, which he thought was possibly it. So I went to the dermatologist, and at that time I thought, well, I better mention this hard lump in my breast. So I had had that for months. It was growing very, very quickly, and he immediately did a biopsy on the spot. I guess I couldn't have chosen a better doctor to have taken care of a biopsy. He did one on the spot, and I found out about 4 days later it was breast cancer. He also did diagnose this as rheumatoid arthritis, and I also talked to him about how my throat was very tight, and sometimes I would have trouble passing food down my throat. My shoulder was very, very painful, and apparently there's bad arthritis there. And my knee is very bad too. Now let me tell you that I was a very healthy woman. I'm not a drinker, I don't smoke, and I don't eat badly. But all this happened. It was like a bam thing. I might also mention that I had not seen a doctor in about 5 years. So if I had gone to a if I had been to a doctor, they might have caught some of this stuff a little earlier. So anyway, they they did a PET scan, and at that point, I did contact the VA. I had been in the Army previously, and I was thinking that the VA might not be able to address my issues as quickly. That's why I went the other route. But then I came to the VA, and thankfully the VA was able to set me with a rheumatoid doctor and an oncologist. I'm still going through tests right now. I don't know if the breast cancer has spread. I don't know what my prognosis is at this point, but I would love for you to go on this journey with me, and I'll be with you in the good times and the bad. I don't intend to hide any of the bad times. I want to talk about everything, and I think that's going to be the most helpful. So, so wonderful viewers. I can't wait to see you for my next video, and I hope this is helpful. And have a wonderful day, my lovelies. Bye.